Faiz Muhammad Azhar sir garu oka జ్ఞాపిక నాదే మా యూనివర్సిటీ గారు
आइए जाफरी साहब आइए
మా ఆహ్వానాన్ని మన్నించి వచ్చిన అతిథులు అయినటువంటి సీనియర్ పాత్రికేయులు అలాగే ఎమ్మెల్సీ జాఫరీ గారికి సాధారణంగా వేదికపై కావాల్సింది.
ఇక్కడ చూడండి సార్.
Distinguished members of the Fourth Estate, my colleagues who are here, and other eminent invitees, I deem it a great honor and privilege to be present on this occasion of felicitating Ahmed Mohideen Siddiqui. Since we all come from Hyderabad, we share a very common bondage. In fact, everybody who is here, all of us are from, invariably without an exception, are from Hyderabad. Now, myself also being a journalist in my earlier avatar, let me confess one thing. Journalists are no doubt the most hated lot, but nevertheless, they are also the venerated lot. The reason is, one has to read the fine print, but unfortunately, in today's world where adulation is the order of the day, where day in and day out you are assessed by not your criticality of your output, but unfortunately you are assessed by your conformist attitude and approach. This, how he is able to articulate so very forcefully, bringing out the hidden truth or certain issues which society definitely looks for. I think a journalist has been doing it. So these are the hard days now that we are going at, where unfortunately a journalist is judged on other parameters, not very reliable parameters, very unfortunately, and I think we need to look at it. And I have no mistake in confessing that as far as the Hyderabad journalists are concerned, because I myself, I have been brought up in this premises, we know very well the trials and tribulations which a journalist goes. In fact, in the checkered career of a journalist, they must have seen many ups and downs. More often than not, it is mostly the downs rather than the ups. Whereas in any other career, it's a phase of growth, gradual growth. But I would tell you that for a journalist to establish himself, it is a torrential growth. It's a growth which is compounded with lot of trials and tribulations, lot of humiliations, lot of accusations, unreliable accusations, unfounded accusations, and things like that. Unfortunately, that is the situation. So now, fortunately, a lot of new values have also settled into the journalism field now. A time has come where a journalist is today, to me personally, and if he is recognized, he is respected, he is venerated. At the same time, journalists are the people who are the policy enablers. Whether you like it or not, all the social legislations that are occurring now and some of the judicial pronouncements are thanks to the influence though not directly but indirectly, by the contribution by the journalists. A very senior High Court judge once told me that he is influenced by the writings of certain journalists, certain columnists. Now why does it happen? Though openly they may not confess it. So today, I am very proud to say that journalists are not only change agents, they are also policy enablers. They are giving direction and concretization to certain policy and ideas with regard to implementation. If there is so much of clarity in implementation and service delivery, thanks to the journalists and to the fourth estate. So whether you like it or not, fourth estate relevance has grown much more in the present day world, where so many other forces are acting against change, against transparency, against service delivery, against equality and justice. And we have been standing for equality and justice, whether somebody likes it or not. And fourth estate, because of its anti-establishment view, more often than not, has delivered certain clarity in thought, clarity in vision and goals also, and implementation. As an administrator, I look at the field of journalists as people who are always helping the administration to be on its toes, to bring about greater clarity in its thought and its attitudes and its values. We have embellished ideas. We have ensured that there is more clarity in the way things are done at the field level. Unless we get the feedback system, because there will be no utility in whatever the government does or the programs are. Government always is a my-back attitude, always has a my-back attitude, looks at the larger perspective. But in its zealousness to implement, there are always certain loose ends which are not taken note of. And it is the fourth estate which comes and helps us and brings about greater clarity in implementing the policies. Today, most of the policies, if they are well documented, if they are well implemented, and if there is regular monitoring and evaluation, it is because of the contribution of the fourth estate. Day in and day out, I think eternal vigilance is the price of the liberty, and fourth estate is the only institution which ensures 100% reliability in ensuring that if you're vigilant, be vigilant. If your liberty is at stake, we are there. And one reliable institution, a time-tested institution which has stood the time, is the fourth estate. So this is a great occasion for us. Why is it that we are honouring journalists like Mr. Siddiqui? The contribution of a journalist, apparently, though it looks very insignificant, but nevertheless, if we go into the details, their contribution, as I mentioned, is immense. So time has come for us to recognize their role, especially in the vernacular journalism. I have a great regard for the vernacular journalists, especially from the Urdu journalism. Because we know very well, Urdu journalism, if you look at the history of it, though it was not well organized, though it was under the clouds and trammels of the English press, nevertheless it came about and it has flowered into its own existence and identity. Today the Urdu journalism has its own identity. Earlier, to acknowledge the role of the Urdu journalist, either you had somebody from overseas coming and recognizing you, as it is. I had few of my friends also worked in the Khaleej Times, who say that Hyderabad journalists are writing very good articles. How come they got such a good knowledge and approach? That was about 40 years back, but now things have changed. Whereas our own people, you find many of our Hyderabad journalists, some of my colleagues also working, especially in the Arab press also. Which are many of us. I think my friend Jafri is here. So if you see the contribution of the Hyderabad journalists to the Arab press also, you will see, I think a lot of articles needs to be written, some research needs to be done. Many of our friends have been working there and they have been contributing a lot. And today we need to recognize not just the English press but also the vernacular press, especially the Urdu journalism. Urdu journalism has been consistent in its approach. If you see, I don't think there has been any vacillations in their approach, in their value system. Value system, if you talk about Urdu journalism, stands for value system. And I have no hesitation to add, because our mentors, great Abdul Ali Khan, whom we know, what he stood for. And he has also taught us, many of us, we have been closely associated from my school, college days. I have seen him also where where values and principles you cannot compromise. So that is what this Urdu journalism has taught us. I know the members from the Urdu journalism numbers are dwindling. Most of you people are going in for other professions, but nevertheless, I think this is one profession where all of us have to strive to ensure that it stands in good stead and government is there. And I personally would definitely like to help and strengthen in my own way the Urdu journalists and also their needs and necessities. And with these few words, it's good that today we are recognizing the role and the contribution of Siddiqui Saab. In fact, he's been a very eloquent journalist, and if you see his profile, I think he's really multifaceted. And you rarely find a journalist who has exposure to so many areas. I think it is wonderful. I think some of us have to learn, and I hope you will inspire the young breed also. And hope not that you have to only be specific in one particular area. You should have to have a wider approach, a larger approach, so that you appreciate issues in the right perspective. With these few words, I thank all of you. I thank Devapalli Garu and also other eminent journalists who are here. I thank you very much, and you're always welcome to advise me and guide me in my proper legitimate discharge of my duties. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chandravadan Garu. I thank you for your.
I have been invited for this function, and incidentally, I am sitting in the midst of journalists, and I am very proud to say that I also hail from a family of journalists. My father, late Abdul Manan Khan, was an eminent journalist of his times, and he was, I think, one of the few persons who was taking out a daily newspaper in the morning and evening. That was his contribution. Mr. Jafri Saab was very closely acquainted with him, and we have seen Mr. Jafri Saab in those days when he was with Rehnuma, I suppose, when he used to meet my father regularly and they used to interact and teach us the values of journalism and how it. Thereafter, I also made an experiment and I tried to enter it, but by that time that whole field had become so competitive and so cutthroat competition was there, so I thought it is not my line, and then slowly I opted out. But I am honored to sit among the eminent journalists of Hyderabad, people who have contributed to journalism, who have contributed to the principles of life, who have very clean image, and whose writings and thinking today are accepted as the word of truth. That is the contribution of the people who are sitting on this stage today, and with whom I am the honor to share the stage. I have just seen the biodata or the profile of Mr. Ahmad Mohiuddin Saab, and as Mr. Amar Saab has said, he is a man who has got great knowledge, who has contributed a lot, and who has started his career as a reporter. Then he has reached the level of sub-editor. Thereafter he has moved to Oman, and now he is holding a very important position there. And it has also been brought to our notice that he has written in books of international repute, international magazines, and then his articles are published regularly in the Urdu media and English media here. The reason we need to now understand is why he has shifted from India to Oman. What was the reason? So I as a public man, I presume that it was better opportunities, it was better earning, it was better atmosphere. In Hyderabad, in my close interaction with journalists, I have seen there are two types of people or three types of people in journalism. One is the owners of the newspaper, who themselves are journalists. One is senior journalists who have been working and contributing for the development and betterment of the society, like the people who are sitting on the dash. And then the third category is the people who are struggling, who are working day and night out to make their existence, to get their family going and to have this thing. So now
Mr. Ravi Chandravadan, who spoke before me, he has elaborated on the role of the media, on the role of the journalists in society, particularly in our society in Hyderabad. He has also spoken about Urdu journalism and about the great traditions which have been set by the journalists who have worked in Hyderabad and from Hyderabad who have gone abroad and created a name for themselves and for the city and for the district and for the country. I have almost covered 43 years in this field, in this profession of journalism. I started in this profession at the age of 70 and now I am 59 years. So over the years, over these 4 decades, I have had the occasion to work with hundreds of journalists, hundreds of colleagues from the Telugu media, from the Urdu media, from the English media, from the electronic media, and of late with the online media also. So I have had the occasion to train a few of the journalists. Not a few, I think they are quite numerous. So when I was chief of bureau in the News Time and subsequently in the Deccan Chronicle, in those 12 years, I think I have had the occasion to recruit, to bring into the profession several young men and young girls into the profession, and I also helped in shaping their careers, in shaping their eminence in the field of journalism. So when I was in the Chronicle,
are secular. जो सेक्युलर नहीं है, जो कम्युनल है, वो लोग जबरदस्ती लाए गए हैं जर्नलिज्म में. वो अपने आप नेचुरल जर्नलिस्ट जो बनता है वो सेक्युलर लाइन्स पे आता है. Any person who enters journalism profession is a secular minded man. इससे communal forces they want to disturb this, and so they bring in some people into journalism field forcibly. They are communal, not secular. In general, journalists are very secular. They are patriotic, secular, peace-loving people, and people who really struggle for the development of the society they live in. So, our Mr. Siddiqui also comes into that category of people. I am happy that I am associated with this.
इंग्लिश प्रेस, मुझे तो उर्दू प्रेस के बारे में ज्यादा नहीं जानकारी है, फिर भी देर सही दुरुस्त. Today, the Urdu press is honoring, especially फैयाज साहब का जो फोन आया, साहब आपके शागिर्द के बारे में चंद बातें आप बोल रहे. मैं बोला इतना बड़ी मौका, I'm telling you, because we are all journalists, as Amar Sahib said. Because I started my career as a trainee in Nadu. It was News Time. After winning a gold medal in Bhawan's College for best edited paper, Ramati Rao Sahib direct बुलाया. But मुझे guts नहीं था. 7 days I worked as a trainee in News Times and I resigned. But Siddiqui still has the guts. And last week he called me, साहब मैं रिजाइन करके आ जाने वाला हूँ. मैं बोला ऐसा काम मत करो, क्योंकि हैदराबाद में अभी भी वर्नाकुलर प्रेस का कोई कदर नहीं करता. वो एक जमाना था, शोएबुल्ला साहब जब लिखते थे, निजाम सरकार काम देते. That was the time when Shoaibullah in his riot and in his imros, two of the wonderful peoples that brought independence to Telangana movement. Those are the times when Shoaibullah was a deep to record, a secularist to the core, as Amar Sahib was telling. A journalist, especially in vernacular press, he is always a secularist. And today, the need of Siddiqui is more in the vitiated atmosphere where communal.
Naushad, Sadam, Ahmed Mohyuddin, और हाथी. सबसे पहले मैं तेलंगाना यूनियन ऑफ मुबारकबाद देना चाहता हूँ कि उन्होंने अहमद मोहिउद्दीन सिद्दीकी साहब की इस तकरीर के इनेकाद के जरिए यकीनन सलाहियतों का एतराफ़ किया. आज मैं यहाँ दरहकीकत एक सामी की हैसियत से हाजिर हुआ था. लेकिन अमर साहब ने आपकी समाहराशी के लिए मुझे खड़ा कर दिया। तो इस मौके से इस्तीफा करते हुए मैं ब्रदर अहमद मोहिउद्दीन सिद्दीकी के बारे में जो कुछ भी कहूँगा, हो सकता है ये महसूस हो कि उनके मेरे अपने ताल्लुकात बरादराना हैं और एक छोटे भाई की जिस तरह तारीफ की जाती है मैं उनकी तारीफ कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन हकीकत ऐसी नहीं है। अहमद मोहिउद्दीन सिद्दीकी साहब इस कम उम्री में तरक्की की जिस बुलंदी पर पहुँचे उसमें मेरा ये एहसास है उनकी जहद मुसलसल पर उनका बड़ा दखल है।
सुरेश साहब अभी कह रहे थे यहाँ जो काम करता है उसकी कदर नहीं होती। हाँ बिल्कुल, हैदराबादी सही कहते हैं, घर की मुर्गी। तो खैर ये मुर्गी नहीं है, बड़ा मुर्गा है, बड़ा बांग देता है। और उनकी बांग आसमानों से परे ओमान से बांग देते हैं, हैदराबाद में आवाज आती है। सलीम साहब से मेरा देरी ना ताल्लुक रहा है, तो मैं समझता हूँ कि 20-25 साल से ताल्लुक है। जो हुक्मरानी करने आए थे, फिर खैर उनके साथ जो भी बातें हुई, लेकिन 2-3 चीज़ें उनकी पर्सनालिटी के ऊपर और उनके प्रोफेशन पे कहना चाहता हूँ। जब तक कोई काम में ज़ील या जुनून, पागलपन नहीं होता, वो काम पूरा नहीं होता। और वो ये पागल है सामने जो आते हैं, ये पैशन है। एक चीज को लग जाते हैं, हाँ कई बार मैं उनसे रिव्यू करता हूँ, देखिए आप इतना जुनून मत लिखिए अपने करियर में, वो नहीं कहते नहीं मैं चीज़ है मैं ज़रूर लिखूंगा इसको। तो बहुत मुश्किल होती है बार बार उनसे डील करने के लिए। तो कोई काम के लिए, चाहे काम अच्छा हो, बड़ा हो, बुरा हो, छोटा हो, जब तक इंसान में पैशन नहीं होता, काम करने का जुनून नहीं होता, काम करने का पागलपन नहीं होता, जब तक इंसान काम करता है। वो चीज़ मैं देखा हूँ और मुझे बड़ी खुशी है। और मैं एक्नॉलेज करना चाहता हूँ इस जर्नलिस्ट यूनियन को। मैं समझता हूँ कि सारे
सुना शायद हम लोग डिपार्टमेंट में जाकर इसकी वजह से आपके बारे में जानकारी नहीं समझे। अच्छा काम है, से बाहर अच्छा काम है, इसलिए मैं आपको और बात करूँ और अल्लाह से दुआ करता हूँ आप जैसे और भी माहिरीन निकले और हैदराबाद का, तेलंगाना का और दूर का आपको
It's indeed an honor to be present here. I am grateful to Telangana Union of Working Journalists for giving me this platform. I am proud to be an Indian, a Telugu beta, a Telangana beta, and Pakistani Urdu. I assure you that whatever possible within my means, I'll do it. I would like to thank my mentors, eminent journalist Mr. P.N. Vinayak, Ms. A.T. Jayanti, Mr. M.J. Akbar, and Mr. Amin Jafri, who are instrumental in grooming me. And you can see that I am sitting here because of them. And the nuances of the language I learned from my guru, philosopher and guide, Professor A.V. Suresh Kumar Garu. He has been a motivating force for me. I seek guidance from my journalistic fraternity also. I would like to mention especially Mr. M.A. Majid. who has been giving me tips. When I joined Deccan Chronicle, we used to meet here for the first assignment, and he used to give me tips. Siddiq साहब ये टॉपिक पे लिख सकते, और if I write good will enter, बहुत अच्छी थी स्टोरी आपकी. That's what I feel encouraged. I would like to thank Mr. Aziz Ahmed, veteran journalist, who left a blazing trail in Blitz. I got inspired from him. I used to read a lot about him. And if you happen to remember, the cover page of the Blitz used to be in black, red black. And people of Hyderabad used to wait for his investigative articles to read. Aziz Saab said, next kya hai? And I learned to write a proper copy from Mr. Amin Jafri, and also in HMR I learned a lot. Sometimes I make comical gestures, but Mr. Majid told me your writing should be serious because it becomes an official document later which is used in research. His words are proved to be prophetic and true that my serious writing got acknowledged in Europe, in Holland and Germany. So I thank Mr. Majid for all the tips and all the support and affection that he has shown me. It is Almighty's grace and my parents' prayers and blessings and my family's support, my wife and children, my brother and my sister, who have always been pillars of my support, and many of my relatives, my cousins, especially Mr. Amiruddin sitting here. He feels very proud about my achievements. He had to go to a doctor, but he postponed his appointment for that. So I am grateful that I get such love from my family members. I would like to say to my very young journalist, not young because I am a young journalist, very young journalist who have just let me thank everybody, all the distinguished guests and the distinguished gathering for giving me this opportunity and honoring me. Thank you very much.